the altar, he could sprinkle it anywhere where he's standing, along the wall where he's standing, and he could even bend down one arm under his foot and sprinkle it there, and he's still above the midpoint of the altar. Okay, so now what we're assuming is that when we mention that the Mizbeach is 10 amas tall, that from the Yesod until the Soivev, we're dealing with an Amma that's made of 5 Tvachim. That's what we're thinking, because we said Cheka Amma and Reichava Amma. From the Yesod to the Soivev is made with Amas that are 5. Okay. My Cheka Amma, Va'ama Reichav. What does it mean? Cheka Amma and Amma Reichav. Those are two quotes from the pasuk in Yechezkel. Hachi Kamar. What it means is the following: Cheka Amma Va'ad Reichav Amma Bas Chamisha. From the Yesod until the Soivev is going to be Amma that's made of 5 Tvachim each. Okay, we have to figure out how long is that. Once it's a whole long proof. Wait. Goiva Mizbeach Kama Hava. How tall is the Mizbeach? 10 Amas. It's 10 Amas tall. Shis B'nei Chamisha. 6 of them are 5 Tvachim each. What is that? 30 Tvachim. Okay. Which 6? The 6 until the Soivev. The Soivev is the walkway that goes around. That's made from 5 Tvachim each. Chamisha. B'nei Chamisha. I'm sorry. B'nei Chamisha are 5. Va'arba, the top 4 amas of the Mizbeach. B'nei Shita are made of 6 each. Okay, so I have Mizbeach Kamahavi. How much would the Mizbeach be in total if we're now going to switch from amas to Tvachim? So we had 30 on the bottom, because that's 6 times 5. And then the top is 4 times 6 is 24. So it's 30 and 24 is Chamishin Va'arba, is 54. So the Mizbeach now, according to this, is 54 Tvachim. Palgi the Mizbeach Kamahave, divide 54 in half, is Esrim V'Shiva, is 27. Okay, so now, Mikarnis Vad Soivev Kamahave, how much is it from the corners until the Soivev?
Top to bottom.
Well, until the walkway. From the corner up here until the walkway, which we said was here, is Esrim Va'arba. Why is it Esrim Va'arba?
6 times
Because it's 6 times 4 is 24. So Kama Batzir, Lapalgi the Mizbeach. What is the distance between 24, which was the walkway, and the 27, which was the midpoint of the Mizbeach? Is Tlasa, is only 3. Now we have a problem. Utnan, we have a Mishnah that says Chut Sikra, the Chut Shel Sikra, which is the middle line that tells me the Gartel. Was wrapped around the center to separate between the blood that goes on the top and the blood that goes on the bottom. And is this supposed to be Elo Hadatanya? Okay. However, there's something funny about this. Elohad Tanya, but this that it says in a Braisa, Gabi Eila Sa'if, regarding the Eila Sa'if, the bird that was brought, the blood was sprinkled on the top. It was an elevation offering of a bird. This is back in Zvachim. Haya Eila Bakevish, he would walk up the ramp upon Eila Sa'if and turn off towards the walkway. Abalei Lekaran Dreimus Mizrachis, he came to the southeast corner. Umaylek es Reisha Mimol Arba, and then he would take off the head and take it off, but he would put his fingernail through the nape, the back of the neck, umavdal, and separate. Umaytzeh stam, and he'd squeeze out the blood. Al kerem mizbeach, on the wall of the mizbeach. Now, the way they taught me in yeshiva, that the oila sa'if was on the upper part of the altar. And how do you remember that? Because birds fly up. Oila sa'if. Eila Sa'if, it's on the top. Chata Sa'if was on the bottom. Was on the bottom because it doesn't say Eila. Eila Sa'if. Eila means up, and bird goes up.
And the Behem is the opposite.
And the Behem is exactly the opposite. That Eila Behem is on the bottom, and a regular Chatas is on the top. Okay.
It's by Behema, so by birds and Behemoths is different.
Yeah, where the blood goes. V'masa l'matami raglav, but if he bends down and he does it below his feet, afilo amma achas kshera. Even 1 amma, it's kosher. Now, how big is an amma? 6 tvachim. That's a problem. Or even if it's 5 tvachim. We said that the distance between the Seiviv I'm sorry. This is a Gemara.
Using millennial.
Yeah, it's, we said that the distance is 3 tvachim. Is 3 tvachim.
So he has 2 tvachim down.
He's going 2 tvachim below where he's allowed to.
He can, yeah.
No, it's a problem. If we do the measurements like this, so why does the Mishnah say he can bend down and he can do it below his feet for an amma? It's not true. He really only has 3 tvachim. If he's going to do a full amma, he's going to be 2 tvachim below where he's allowed to. Ella, rather we have to say this different. We change the whole pshat. Ella cheka amma means knisas amma. We said that we go in, that the cheka amma, the yisoid, was 1 amma, 5 tvachim. It doesn't mean an amma up. It means that it went in an amma. The width, the indent. The indent would be 1 amma, 5 tvachim. Roichav knisa. I'm sorry, amma roichav is also knisa. The walkway we said was 1 amma, 5 tvachim. That also meant indent. So now we're moving inward. We're not going to get away from this. The problem, because now we're going to measure how big is the mizbeach this way. We're going to measure 32 ammas. We just did it this way, but we're still going to have the width. Gvul el svasa saviv is also knisa. That means the corners that we said were an amma is also inward. It's amma 5 tvachim. Okay, now let's look. Check this out. Mizbeach kama have. How wide was the mizbeach? No, I'm sorry. This is the height. We're still on the height. Mizbeach kama have. According to this, if the height of the mizbeach is all amas with 6 tvachim, so then 10 amas times 6 is 60. Shitin. Palgid the mizbeach. What's half the mizbeach? That's kamavi plusin. Mikarnis vad soivev. From the corners until the soivev, which is 4 amas, is 4 times 6, is kamahavi, is chavdalid, is 24. What was half the mizbeach? Kama batzil palgid the mizbeach is shisha. So 24 is to 30 is 6. Utanan, and we learned in the Mishnah, masami matal raglo filo amachas kshera. So very good. Everything works perfectly.
So this is a proof that it's 6.
This is great. So far we have it. The Gemara asks, "B'mayu kimta? How did you establish the Mishnah that we're talking about the knisa, that we're talking about the indent, that it's 5? Those amas are all talking about indent. And mi matzis mukmasla b'knisa. Can you actually translate the Mishnah that it's working with the indent? But we have a Mishnah mizbeach hayash shleishim ushtayim ashleishim ushtayim. The mizbeach was 32 by 32 amas. Why? Ola amma. You go up an amma. That's the yisoid. V'kanas amma. Then you have to go in 1 amma. That is zo yisoid. That's the yisoid. Nimtzer shleishim al shleishim. From 32, we're now on 30. The Gemara now explains that according to us, it's actually shleishim ushnei tvachim. It's 30 plus 2 tvachim.
Did it go in on all 4 sides or only on 2 sides?
Well, there was let's measure this way, yeah. Actually, you're right, it was only took off a corner, but there was still an area here where it came out, 1 amma here and 1 amma there. So it was really on all 4 sides,
right,
it just wasn't on one corner.
So then it should be not 30, it should be 28.
No, 1 amma off here and 1 amma off here from 32 to 30.
What about the other side?
Oh, no, so it's 30 by 30.
Yeah, but it's imaginary. You don't imagine as if the cyber went all around. When you count the 32 by 32, part of it is there and part of it is just imaginary.
What do you mean part of it's imaginary?
What does that mean?
That means the cyber went all the way around.
Right.
But part of it was missing. Part
Why?
of it because it didn't wrap around the whole thing. It wrapped
Only
around
3.
most sides.
It was just missing 1 corner. It was only missing 1 corner.
So you have to fill in the gap.
Imagine it went around the whole thing, and now we started at 32.
Okay,
you
fine.
take off 1 amma, it's now at 30.
But if you took off an amma from all 4 sides, what I'm asking,
It's 30 by 30.
then it should be 28.
You didn't count
No.
it, just agree.
You imagine it as if it was
No, I
there.
agree.
Just
Okay.
fill in the gaps.
Why is it
That's what I
28?
see.
If you take
If
off an
it's-
amma from 4 sides, Instead of being
He's right.
32 or 28.
He's right.
But
Trust
it-
me. Trust me.
Yes.
If you're gonna measure, if it's not here, you're gonna have to. Go
No,
around,
but it is
But
there.
it wasn't.
Okay.
If it starts off at 32,
Right. And then you take off one
You take
amma
off
from
one
all
here.
4 sides, then you're losing 4 ammas.
yeah,
Or
but that's
universe.
what happens when you do a 30 by 30. You lose 4. Because 32 by 32 now becomes a 30 by 30. You lose 4. It's not a 28. It's a 30 by 30. Okay. But the Gemara now says it's square. The Gemara says that it's really not 30 by 30. It's really 30 by 30 and 2 tvachim. Because we said that the indent was not really a full amma. It was only an amma of 5 tvachim. The amma is supposed to be 6 tvachim. So we have an extra 2 tvachim, 1 tefach on each side. The su. Then let's go further. Allah chamish, you go up 5 ammas. The kanas amma, you go in 1 amma. Zeu seivet. Nimtze esrim mushmainim al esrim mushmainim. That it's 28 by 28 now because you went up and you go in. The Gemara says, 1 second, it's not really 28 by 28. Esrim mushmainim va'arba tvachim habi. It's 28 plus 4 tvachim. V'chitema, if you're going to say kivan d'lei havi amma, since it's not a complete amma, lei chashav lei, so we're not going to count it. Let's read the Mishnah further. Makim krones amma mizeh v'amma mizeh. The place of the corners of the mizbeach was 1 amma on each side, because we're going in this way. So, amma by an amma. So, nimtze esrim v'sheish al esrim v'sheish, which comes out there. If you take away the corners, the inside is 26 by 26. It's not 26 by 26. It's esrim v'sheva. It's 27 because now we have a full amma. You have a full 6 tvachim. You had 2 at the beginning, another 2 in the center, another 2 on the corners is 6. The Gemara says loidak.
Oh my God.
It's not accurate. It's not precise.
Seriously?
Let's go further. Makim hilach ragli akayanim, the place where the akayanim walk. Amma mizeh, amma mizeh. We're not done. There's an amma from on each side. Nimtze esrim va'arba. Comes out that there's only 24 ammas in the center of the mizbeach that you can put the fire. Esrim va'arba al esrim va'arba. The Gemara says 1 second. It's not 24 by 24. Makam maracha esrim v'chamisha have it. It's really 25 because you have an extra amma there. If you're going to say that we're also not precise here, but we have a pasuk that says Va'ariel shtei mesrei, the lion was 12. Oirech b'shtei mesrei reichav by 12 by 12. Ravua, it was squared. Now the Gemara says Yachol shein el shtei mesrei el shtei mesrei. Maybe you're going to say that was really only 12 by 12. K'shoim al arba'as revav. The pasuk goes on. It says that it's on the 4 corners. Malamit shebe'emtza hiyamayid shtei mesrei amal l'chol ruach b'ruach. He measured 12 to each side, which meant that it was really 24.
So what's the real again?
A real is where the lion that ate the sacrifices.
But we said it was 24 by
24 by 24. It says it's 12. The Gemara explains that it's 12 from the center to each side. So, which means that it's really 24. So what are you telling me that it's?
So they are medayik.
What are you telling me that it's loidak and it's 25? It says clearly that it's 24. Maybe
So
you'll
the question
say
is, how do you do 24 plus 1 amma so that they're walking comes to 25, not 26?
no. It was 26.
But the question
Officially,
is,
it was 26.
Right.
You take away an amma
Wait,
off
from the
each
middle
side.
to the
it should
from the
be
middle to the
25
outside
in the
is
middle,
26.
and it's not. It's 24.
It says that it's 24, and really it's 25.
I don't understand. So is it 26? What? From
26
the middle,
from the corner.
middle of the from the
26
middle of
from the corners. Take off 1 from each
The
side.
question is that
For
it
the
says
walkway.
specifically you take 1 for the walkway.
Where the kayanim walk
right,
on the
one,
top.
but that's one.
1 from each side
right.
is really 2. So from 26 it went down to 24. The problem is that if we're dealing with ammas that are only a 5 tvachim, it's not.
Right.
It's really 24. It's 25. If you'll say shis minayu meikara ba'ama bas chamisha, maybe we'll say, you know what we meant when we said that the mizbeach is 32 by 32? It meant 32 amas, but not each of those amas was really an amma of 6 tvachim. 6 of those amas that we said is really an amma of 5 tefachim.
That's very arbitrary.
I know, it's very hard to make a measurement like that. So it says, 1 second, Imkain Rav Chula Azara. The problem is that you're not going to be able to measure the Azara. You have more area in the Azara, the Tanan. As it says, Kol Azara Haya Oirech Meyu Shmeinim V'Shev Al Rechav Meyu Shmeinim Shleishim V'Chamish. The Azara was 187 by long, by 135 wide. The Mizrach L'Mayrav, from east to west, was Meyu Shmeinim V'Sheva, that means the long part, the long length, was 187. Makom Drisas Ragli Yisrael, the place where they could walk, was 11 amas. It was Achas Esrei Amma, the Yisrael could walk. So, then, Makom Drisas Ragli Kayanim is Achas Esrei Amma. The Kayanim could walk another 11 amas. So, what's that? 11 plus 11 is 22. HaMizbeach Shleishim Mishdayim. Now we're up to the Mizbeach. The Mizbeach is 32. 22 plus 32 is
54.
22 plus 32?
Is 54.
Yes.
Bein Ulam V'la Mizbeach. Between the Ulam and the Mizbeach is Esrim Mishdayim Am. It is 22. So 54
76.
is plus 22 is 76. HaHeichal Meya Amma. The Heichal is 100 amas. So now it's 176. Achas Esri Amma. Achiri Beis HaKapiros. Behind the Kodesh HaKadoshim was 11. 176 plus 11 is 187. We made it. The problem is that if we're not going to measure the Mizbeach by 32 amas, then we have an extra amma. If it's not really
you're
32.
forced to measure it.
So rather, Elacheka amma, when he say that the Yisoid is an amma, that's talking about the Goiva.
I'll go back to
One up.
first to
We're going, now
first
it's the height. V'reichav knisas gvula el svasa. Elacheka begoiva. Amma reichav is knisa. When we talk about the Soiviv, that's inward.
Okay.
So that's the indent. Gvula el svasa saviv, when we talk about the top on the corners, we say that that's leish nachiv leish nahachi. Doesn't matter if it's this or that.
Why?
Because it's going to be, it does, you're right.
It takes away from the amma of the kohanim that are walking.
Right. Let me stop here. I don't want to make everyone late. And we'll finish this. It's just a small piece. But